Everyone. Today we start with chapter number 1, The Portrait of a Lady, written by Khushwant Singh from the book Hornbill of Class 11th. Now, my grandmother, like everybody's grandmother, was an old woman. She had been old and wrinkled for the 20 years that I had known her. People said that she had once been young and pretty and had even had a husband, but that was hard to believe. Here in these lines, author is explaining about his grandmother appearance, that how she looks. She is an old lady with lots of wrinkles on her face, and author known her grandmother, or writer known her grandmother from the last 20 years. People are saying about her grandmother that she looks young and pretty when she was young and even had a husband, but that was hard to believe because nowadays she looks like an old woman and wrinkled on her face. Now in these lines he's explaining about his grandfather, that my grandfather's portrait hung above the mantelpiece in the drawing room. He wore a big turban and loose fitting clothes. His long white beard covered the best part of his chest, and he looked at least 100 years old. Now he's saying that his grandfather's portrait or his grandfather's picture is hung above the mantelpiece. Mantelpiece is a kind of chimney, and above the chimney, his picture is hung above the chimney. He wore a big turban, and his grandfather wear a big turban or a safa and loose fitting clothes. He won't wear too much tight clothes. His long white beard covered the best part of his chest, and his grandfather is having very long beard which covered his whole chest, and he looked at least 100 years old man. That means his grandfather appearance is not like that he looks like that he's more than 100-year-old person. He did not look the sort of person who would have a wife or children. Here he's saying that he did not like a sort of a person. That means he is looking much more elder than his age, that he won't have a wife or children. He's looking much more than, like he is having great grandchildren, so he's looking like a great grandfather. He looked as if he could only have lots and lots of grandchildren. As for my grandmother being young and pretty, and in comparison to his grandmother is quite young and pretty, the thought was almost revolting. This means the author has used pretty strong language to show a child's dislike for imagining his grandmother to be any different from how he had always known her. He did not at all like the idea of his grandmother was young and pretty at one time like other women. So that's why he is saying all these thoughts are revolting. She often told us of games she used to play as child. After that he's saying that regularly or on regular basis his grandmother is giving them or his grandmother explaining about the games she used to play in her childhood. That seemed quite absurd and undignified on her part, and these things they feel very the author feel very or the writer feel very absurd and undignified. उसे असामान्य और बिल्कुल absurd सा लगता था that his grandmother is when she often told them about the games she used to play in her childhood, and we treated it like the fables of the prophets she used to tell us. And when she told them about her games or her dignified part of her undignified part of her lives, they or writer feels that it looks like a prophet's fables. That means they used to take it as some story or some kind of you can say stories of a prophets or साधु टाइप की जो स्टोरीज होती है वो उन्हें लगा करती थी. शी हैड ऑलवेज बिन शॉर्ट एंड फैट. She has always been short and fat and slightly bent. And here now he's again describing about his grandmother's physical appearance. Physically, she is a short-heighted person. She looks fat and slightly bent. That means her backbone, due to her age, her backbone is slightly bent. Her face was a crisscross of wrinkles running from everywhere to everywhere. And due to her age, her face is full of wrinkles. Now we were certain she had always been as we had known her. And now he's saying that कि जब से वो अपनी ग्रैंडमदर को जानता था she looks the same. So same as she looks old, so terribly old that she could not have grown older and had stayed at the same age for 20 years. Now he's saying that for last 20 years she looks the same. She could never have been pretty. She's not looking pretty, but she was very beautiful. Now he's mentioning about his appearance or his beauty, that she is not pretty or she is not young, but she looks beautiful. She hobbled about the house in spotless white, with one hand resting on her waist to balance her stoop and the other telling the beads of her rosary. Here he is saying that his grandmother is hobbled, means वो लंगड़ाते हुए चलती थी पूरे घर में. She is roaming the house और वो लंगड़ाते हुए चलती थी. But whatever she is wearing, that is spotless, that is stainless. There is no stain on her white clothes. And in her one hand, she kept her one hand on her waist to balance her stoop. And the other hand, she is always praying to God. एंड हर रोजरी इज माला जो होती है उसके बीड्स को वो रोटेट करती रहती थी. हर सिल्वर लॉक्स स्केटर्ड अनटाइडेडली ओवर हर पेल एंड पकर्ड फेस. Here he is talking about her hairs, that his grandmother hairs the color of her hair are silver and they are messy hairs. जो उनकी ग्रैंडमदर के हेयर थे दे लुक्स वेरी मैसी, सो दे स्केटर्ड ऑल अराउंड हर फेस एंड हर फेस इज पेल इन कलर, दैट मीन्स स्लाइटली येलो इन कलर. And her lips constantly moved in inaudible prayer. Inaudible prayers means you can't hear those prayers, but you can feel that because she makes some murmuring sound from her mouth. Yes, she was beautiful. Again, he's mentioning that she is beautiful. She was like the winter landscape in the mountain. Here he is explaining that she looks like the winter mountain. He is explaining his beauty with some natural things over here. So he's mentioning that she looks like the winter landscape in the mountain. An expanse of pure white serenity, breathing peace and contentment. It looked like that an expanse of pure white serenity means an unbroken stretch of snow covered mountainside looked like a picture of peace and calmness. The grandmother's personality is calm and serene. Here he is explaining about his grandmother personality. That her personality looks like that she is a very calm and she is a very serene person, and that's why he is saying that she looks like the snow covered landscape. Next paragraph. My grandmother and I were good friends. My parents left me with her when they went to live in the city. Now he's saying that my grandmother and I were good friends. Both Khushwant Singh and his grandmother, both of them were very good friends. Because why they were good friends? Because they are living each other. And why they are living with each other? Because Khushwant Singh's parents left him with his grandmother because they went to live in the city. Khushwant Singh is staying with his grandmother and his parents, they lived in city, and we were constantly together, and they are living together. That is why she used to wake me up in the morning, and every morning his grandmother is in habit of waking him up and get him ready for the school. She said her morning prayers in monotonous song while she bathed and dressed me in the hope that I would listen and get to know it by heart. Now he's saying that his grandmother is continuously repeating or reciting those prayers from her mouth while making him ready for the school. But she expected from Khushwant Singh that one day he will memorize all those prayers by heart, and so she always try to reciting those prayers. I listened because I loved her voice but never bothered to learn it. He's saying that He listened those prayers not to memorize them, but only he loved her grandmother's voice. Other than that, he won't bothered. That means he won't pay attention on those prayer. Then she would fetch my wooden slate, which she had already washed and plastered with yellow chalk. And after make him ready for the school, his grandmother is bring his plastered yellow wooden slate for him with yellow chalk, a tiny earthen ink pot, a ink pot which is made of some kind of clay, and his red pen. Tie them all in a bundle and handed it to me. And she tied all the things together and make the bundle of that and handed it over it to or give it to Khushwant Singh after a breakfast of thick. In these lines, he is explaining about his breakfast, that what kind of breakfast he is getting in the village every day. Stale chapati, that means a chapati which is leftover. So he's getting breakfast of leftover chapatis with a little butter and sugar spread on it. They are getting those chapatis. He and his grandmother both are taking their breakfast, and we went to school. That means he and his grandmother together, they both of them together went for their school. She carried several stale chapatis with her for village dog. Here he's saying that his grandmother is carrying lots of some other chapatis with her so she can distribute all those chapatis to village dog. My grandmother always went to school with me because the school was attached to the temple, and his grandmother accompany him, or she went with him to the school. Why she went with him? Because the school was attached to temple. That means nearby the school there is a temple. The priest taught us the alphabet and the morning prayer. And in the school, there is a priest, there is a pujari who taught them about the alphabets and the morning prayers, so that the children will learn those prayers. While the children sat in the rows on either side of the veranda, singing the alphabet or the prayer in chorus, all the children in uniformity, they sing those prayers. My grandmother sat inside the reading the scripture, and his grandmother also sat inside there and reading the scriptures. Scriptures are some religious or some holy books. When we had both finished, we would walk back together. And when his grandmother and Khushwant Singh, both of them have finished their work, they would walk back together now for their home. This is the time the village dog would meet us at the temple door. And when they returned for their home from school or from temple, they meet the stray dog. They followed us to our home, growling and fighting with each other for the chapatis we threw them. And after the school or after the temple, they threw all those chapati to the street dogs, and the dogs are fighting for those chapatis. When my parents were comfortably settled in the city, they sent for us. In these lines, he's talking about his parents. That his parents now they are settled, or they are perfectly settled in the city. So they called them. They sent for us. Here, they sent for us means they called them. They called them whom? The grandmother and his grandchildren, Khushwant Singh. That was a turning point in our friendship, and this is the time when Khushwant Singh and his grandmother's friendship having a turning point in their life. Although we shared the same room, both of them shared the same room in the city, like village. My grandmother no longer came to school with me. Now he's explaining his city life. In the above paragraphs, we are talking about their village life. In this paragraph, we are talking about their city life. After settled down in city, then what they were doing in the city, they were shared the same room, both of his grandmother and Khushwant Singh, but they shared the same room, but no longer came to school with me. But his grandmother won't came with him for school. Because why he won't accompany him? Because I used to go to an English school in a motor bus, because he nowadays he's going with the help of a school bus or a motor bus. There were no dogs in the street, and in the cities there were no dogs on the street, and she took to feeding sparrows in the courtyard of our city house. So his grandmother is in another habit of feeding to sparrows. She is feeding those sparrows, and when they were in village, she is feeding the street dog. Next, as the years rolled by, we saw less of each other. For some time, she continued to wake me up and get me ready for the school. Years rolled up. That means by the time when the time passing out, they both of them saw less to each other, because Khushwant Singh is coming to the and coming in the city for what? For his higher studies. For some time she continued to wake me up, and sometime his grandmother help him to wake him up and get him ready for the school. When I came back, she would ask me what the teacher had taught me. And when he came back from the school, his grandmother asked him about what teacher taught him particularly. I would tell her English words and little things of Western science and learning the law of gravity, Archimedes' principle, the world being round, etc. This made her unhappy. Now he is mentioning that when his grandmother asked him that what is taught to him in the school, he's mentioning all the things that he studied law of gravity, Archimedes' principle. All the things made her unhappy. Why she is unhappy? Because she could not help me with my lessons, because she don't know about all these things, and she is unable to help him. She did not believe in the things that they taught at the English school, and moreover that she did not believe all the things which is taught by in the English school, and was distressed that there was no teaching about God and scriptures. And at the same time, she feels very bad about that there were no teaching of religious things or God or holy books in the schools. One day I announced that we were being given music lessons. And after that, one day he announced his grandmother, or told her that, grandmother, in our school, teacher gave us music lessons. She was very disturbed. After hearing that, she feels very disturbed and sad. Why she is disturbed? Because for his grandmother, music is like a lewd association. What is lewd association here? Lewd association means association of bad people. It was the monopoly of harlots and the beggars, not meant for gentlefolk. And according to his grandmother, the music is for harlots. Harlots, it's for prostitutes or for beggars. That is not for gentle people or gentlemen, gentries. She said nothing, but her face silence meant disapproval. For all these things, his grandmother is not saying any single word to writer Khushwant Singh, but she won't. She won't. She make herself silently. She rarely talked to me after that. And after hearing his music classes, she kept herself in some silent mode, so that she won't talk with him